Have you ever met someone who, when they get angry, doesn't explode with shouting or tears, but instead becomes sharper, calmer, and even more powerful than before? That's the energy of a Sigma female. She's not like the rest, and when she gets angry, the world doesn't see chaos, it sees control. Too often we're taught that anger is a weakness, that it's something to hide or suppress. But for a Sigma female, anger is not a loss of control, it is the birth of clarity, a signal that her boundaries matter, and a reminder to anyone who underestimated her that she is not someone you push around. When you learn to understand the reactions of a Sigma female when she's angry, you don't just see shocking responses, you see the psychology of strength, independence, and an unshakable identity in action. Now, before we dive into these powerful truths, I want to remind you, growth happens when you surround yourself with motivation, wisdom, and courage. That's why if you want to keep feeding your mind with powerful insights that make you stronger every day, make sure you subscribe our channel Next Gen Emotive, because here we don't just talk, we inspire, we challenge, and we transform. When a Sigma female gets angry, the first reaction you'll see is silence. And this silence isn't weakness, it's not avoidance, it's power. Most people spill out words they'll regret when they're mad. They shout, they argue, they lose themselves, but not her. Her silence is her weapon. It's her way of processing, of taking control over her emotions, and of refusing to let anyone pull her into a fight that doesn't deserve her energy. Think about it, the loudest person in the room is rarely the strongest. The one who controls her words controls the room. The second reaction is distance. When a Sigma female is angry, she doesn't cling, she doesn't beg, she doesn't chase, she withdraws, she gives herself space. Why? Because her self-respect is more important than proving her point in a heated moment. That distance is a message. She values herself too much to stay where her boundaries aren't respected. And that is a lesson for everyone watching. Your value doesn't decrease because someone failed to see it. You walk away, and that's where your strength speaks louder than anything else. Third, she becomes analytical. Anger doesn't blind her, it sharpens her. She starts to evaluate, why did this happen? Who crossed the line? What needs to be done differently? Instead of drowning in emotions, she studies the situation with the precision of a strategist. That's why Sigma females are feared when they're upset. They don't just feel, they think, and their thoughts become actions that change everything. The fourth reaction is independence. While others might lash out to seek validation or support, a Sigma female grows even more self-reliant in anger. She doesn't wait for someone to fix the situation for her. She builds, she adapts, she finds her own solution. That's shocking to many, because society expects women to seek comfort in others. But Sigma females rewrite that narrative. They remind us that you don't need to depend on anyone to reclaim your peace. Next comes honesty, the fifth reaction. Anger doesn't make her cruel, but it makes her brutally truthful. Sigma females don't waste energy sugarcoating or pretending anymore. When they're angry, they'll tell you exactly what crossed the line, exactly what they will and won't accept. And in that moment, their clarity hits harder than any insult ever could. The sixth reaction is growth. While most people see anger as destructive, Sigma females use it as fuel. They turn pain into progress, betrayal into motivation, and conflict into transformation. Their anger doesn't destroy them, it forges them. Every time someone pushes them down, they rise tall. That's why they are so rare, so respected, and so intimidating to anyone who thought they could break them. Seventh, they set boundaries that cannot be ignored. Anger doesn't make them weaker, it makes their lines clearer. If you crossed a limit before, you'll never get the chance to cross it again. That's why people who mistreat Sigma females often regret it, because they realize too late that once she's done, she's truly done. The eighth reaction is focus. Many people lose themselves in anger. They spiral, they break down, but Sigma females channel that energy into their goals. If someone disrespected them, they don't waste years trying to get revenge. They build themselves so high that the very people who doubted them have no choice but to watch from below. That's power. Ninth, she surprises people with her calmness. This is what shocks everyone. When others expect chaos, drama, or shouting, she delivers poise, control, and grace. and nothing is more unsettling to those who tried to provoke her. Her calmness is not because she doesn't care, it's because she cares too much about her own peace to let someone else ruin it. And finally, the 10th reaction, the rebirth of self. When a Sigma female gets angry, it often marks the end of an old chapter and the beginning of a new one. That anger pushes her to shed relationships that drain her, careers that no longer serve her, and habits that hold her back. It's like fire, it burns, but it also clears the way for new growth, and anyone who witnesses it is left in awe, because they realize that her anger wasn't destruction, it was transformation. So, when you hear Sigma female anger, don't imagine rage, chaos or weakness. Imagine clarity, strength, and evolution. Imagine a storm that doesn't destroy but reshapes. Her reactions are shocking, yes, but not because they're wild. They're shocking because they're disciplined, powerful, and unlike anything you expect. And here's the takeaway for you. You don't need to be a Sigma female to learn from this. Every one of us can take inspiration from these responses. You can learn to control your silence, to protect your distance, to turn anger into strategy, and to use every painful moment as a tool for growth. The next time someone disrespects you, remember, you don't have to shout to prove your worth. You don't have to beg to be seen. You don't have to lose yourself to anger. You can rise, you can grow, and you can let your strength speak louder than your words. That is the true lesson of Sigma female anger. It teaches us that strength isn't in the storm outside, but in the fire we master within. So don't just watch this message and move on. Take it into your life. Let it shape how you handle pain, how you handle betrayal, and how you handle every test of your spirit. And if you're ready to keep learning powerful truths that transform the way you see yourself and the world, remember to stay connected. This is your space, this is your growth, and this is your time.